Jeez. Okay, took a second. All right, we're live. Welcome back to the collective. It is September 17th, FOMC day. Big exciting. The entire week is led up to this exact moment. Well, not this exact moment, but the release to come this afternoon. As you know, Monday, Tuesday, very slow days. Hold on, I need to pull the live stream up. A bunch of messing around going on right before I went live, so. You know, yeah. So it's very weird. We're gonna have a different thumbnail today for some reason, and then one of them scheduled for some reason. So I gotta fix that. That's weird. It's scheduled.
Just delete that one.
Yeah. So we accidentally did 2 live streams. Weird, because I did this exact same process that I always do, but it was making a scheduled live stream, not a live stream, which is weird. It's like putting a limit order in. Wait, London High was taken on ES? Oh my gosh. So that we get a different thumbnail today.
All right, that's fine.
What if it works better? Oh.
I doubt it will. Well, never mind. Can't get any worse. So.
How do you delete this again?
You got to go to your dashboard.
Oh, you go into the studio dashboard.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into content.
Yeah.
And then live.
Okay, I'll do a quick rundown while we're figuring that out. So NQ traded into its daily imbalance at during London session. Put in an SMT with yesterday's AM session low. With YM, ES is still holding its 4-hour gap.
Okay, you just hold off on the rest of the analysis. I'm just gonna close this and I'll go back and I'll start moving it around. Okay, now go.
Okay. Like restart or just
No.
Okay.
You were saying something about 4-hour on ES, so I can pull that up, right?
Well,
So
just the 4-hour gap on ES is still holding.
Yeah.
NQ traded into its 4-hour inside of the daily with SMT at AM session low with YM. YM delivered off the SMT extremely well. Now above its large 4-hour bearish rally gap. So that'll get inverse most likely at 10. NQ 4-hour hasn't got any good closes yet, except the reversal. That low that we just took right there was my one point of interest, the 15-minute sell side. It's right at equilibrium, or I guess prior to the opening run higher, it was right at equilibrium.
I'm just very cautious because we formed the SMT with London High and then rejected, right? Like if we look at ES, well, look on the 1 minute, it's obvious, right? You can call this an internal sweep, but we don't know that yet, right? The SMT was formed, so we took this buy side here, should be a solid line, above the midnight opening price, SMT, then London High, and kind of equal lows here too, in London low. It's in my analysis pre-market, one of my biggest things was we are inside of this London range, right? Consolidating. So I was going to be cautious setup wise. As we see, NQ's taking a big dip. That could be the manipulation, the Judas swing off of open, and then that's setting us up for the longs, right? We have this high and London High. London High are equal highs.
Well, looking at the 4-hour, the 2 a.m. candle traded lower, and then into the daily and the 4-hour, and then wicked back up, right? So forming a reversal candle.
This is the 2 a.m. move. So you open, wick lower, close up here. It's a really bullish close, but
Okay, YM's put in a new high of week, just there, off that opening run.
high of week. Yeah, ES is still holding its ground.
Yeah. So I mean, ideally, if we're gonna get the expansion higher, we'd want to see the midpoint of this 4-hour wick hold. We are still above the 50% of it. If I don't necessarily want to see us take that the 7 o'clock low, but with this speed that we're getting, it's not completely out of the cards.
There's like equal lows there though.
There is an SMT there with ES, but It wasn't
Are you talking about 7 o'clock's low?
7:30 and 7 o'clock on the 50-minute chart. Yeah.
There's SMT there? No?
Your ES didn't take it?
No. It's got equal lows there. Got some movement. That one off the opening swing higher. Nice. Was it 60 points down? At 70?
Okay, well then at least I wouldn't want to see us go lower than once we take these lows. Because if we go lower than that, then the 4-hour no longer looks good. I don't want to see us take this internal low. We'd have SMT there with ES, and then look for the expansion higher. I would wait for 10 a.m. though, because this 4-hour candle is now back below the opening price.
YN, like usual, has a very one-sided move. We took one of the lows. Didn't quite take both of them.
Took it both on mine.
We know that there's a difference between MNQ and NQ. So that always happens.
Did it take both there?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be pretty close to the 4-hour wick. Okay, there. 4-hour wick constant encroachment's been traded to right there.
I think London low gets taken. I'm considering, potentially, since we have SMT at London high, we're taking London's low. Then I'm maybe flipping the buys here on the higher time frame. Here's I'll assume this is a manipulation, but also have the the possibility that it is very, very bearish and it runs lower, but I'm proven wrong. Or I guess the case of the manipulation leg is proven if we basically if we aggressively react here. If we have this 2-minute inversion, there's a 2-minute gap. We get that 2-minute inversion there. But hesitating like this, I'm looking at this London low now. Just because we do have a manipulation, we do have this SMT at London side. It is a good high to have SMT with. Higher time frame, I did want to see lower. So if I'm being, if we're not expanding off of this 4-hour, then I'll expect it to get ran through. There's your constant encroachment wick there. We're right at it right now.
Yep.
Now, like I was saying, I'm just gonna expect it to be a manipulation. It's pretty deep for a manipulation. Oh, the thumbnail's actually, it's not that bad. Actually, it might do better because it's this one.
Yeah.
So it's actually
just take a picture of the screen.
It actually did do that, yeah. So we've seen ES not move, but NQ still kind of move lower, which is interesting. But off of that SMT, gosh, that's a big reaction. So don't get me wrong, but I think taking London low means current weekly low. So I think it means we actually invalidate the 4-hour. Something interesting. Like I wouldn't go in and try and long after London low's taken. I don't think.
Well, I want to see how YM reacts to the high here.
Are you looking at YM for the reaction off the high? NQ's reacted off of the high with ES.
No, but just YM's strong reaction. Like I don't want to.
It's in its own world. YM's in its own world. Oh, so in my opinion, London low is the objective. Now this is too big of a leg for me to consider it a manipulation leg. So looking for London low now. Hindsight, guess I should have shorted. I mean, the structure for longs, well, even in my pre-market analysis, what I said was like I need more confirmation for longs. Like I couldn't confirm them yet. I just anticipated the 4 hour to hold off of this S&T. But off of this S&T, what do you see? You see the more bullish asset running. So YM, the Dow runs aggressively. But then we get the discorrelation, right, where they kind of decoupled and NQ moved its own way. YM moved its own way. All right. So we're discount 4 hour wick and we traded back into the 4 hour imbalance. So I guess that could be something to watch. Right? If this is the move where we get the aggressive reversal, then
Just mute the mics. Never mind.
wait, that's what you said. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. And you just e-transfer?
No.
So you're just gonna head there now before anything happens. Yeah.
One more 15-minute candle. We'll have a 10 a.m. opening, which is a new 4-hour candle, which will look, bearish. Can't really argue that. We have this 15-minute down close candle. We're from open to now. We've displaced and have a 15-minute order block that we formed right here. The bearish order block, 15-minute. I'm just taking this entire sequence of up candles there. So that's all aligned with a 5-minute imbalance that was formed with the displacement below these intermediate lows here. So if we traded back into that 15-minute order block in the 5-minute and then got a some form of good internal model, I would probably consider shorts to the London low there. Just seeing this rotation off of the SMT with London high, this internal manipulation, and then the displacement's pretty good. So, and now even for if I consider longs, all right, considering longs, I would have wanted this low to be taken, or I want this 5-minute imbalance inburst. So I can use that as my turning point. So either that. Well, if we get a reaction out of it, there's a trade. If we don't, then there'll be a trade on the long side potentially. But I'll look for the short structure out of it to then frame the short. And most likely, if it's going to get ran, there won't even be short structure. So something to write down. Five-minute was tagged right there. Shy of that 15-minute order block, but I think we'll wick into it right here. Okay, we traded into it. And also, so now I should support the bullish bias, right? Like we have, technically traded into that 4-hour. We've referred back into that same price that, from over here we left. But London low being in that 4-hour kind of shifts it up for me. Kind of why I want it taken. But like I said, yes, there's case for a bullish bias if we just displace and run through everything, right? We see ES, which is obviously more bullish in this case. We have this SMT now we formed. But we see it reacting, right? So if ES gets this 5-minute closure and is displacing through there, it's obviously that's a bullish confirmation, right? So then we can expect NQ to probably run and follow too. See, like if in 47 seconds we're inversing this 5-minute, there's no grounds for a short for me. Where the viewers for live. Nobody's in here. Boring is. We should almost just stop live streaming until we post videos.
No, that's good.
No.
Well, it doesn't sound much effort to live stream. Just gotta click a button and then do what you do anyways.
Well, they're just not receiving well. Like we live stream to like validate that we know what we're talking about, but who are you validating it to when nobody's watching?
The streams still get some views. It seems like
the more you click into it, the more views it gets. Like it literally does.
But you don't click into it 15 times per stream, do you?
Yeah, sometimes I do. That is not people viewing it. That is me. The more times I like, if I close the stream tab and then open it back up on another YouTube tab, it gives another view. Okay, so I guess just with this reaction, we're going to see ES getting this aggressive 5-minute close. Or no, it didn't quite close it. There was the 5-minute inversion down there, actually. I missed that because I was talking about freaking live streaming. I don't think I wouldn't have taken the 5-minute inversion, though, so that's hindsight.
I'm waiting for 10 a.m.
We got this upper 5-minute imbalance.
I want to see if this 15-minute gets the change in state. Because we still have London low intact and the SMT with the pre-market lows still there.
With YM, it's still there.
No, with ES. with the pre-market low.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't take the pre-market low.
So for longs, I guess you would target the range high, which my attention is over here, right in that 4-hour BPR. I find when you get like this kind of V shape, you hesitate in this upper imbalance. So this 5 minute, obviously. Let's say we then kind of reaccumulate and get that. That'd be the entry I'd take on that. I do, like bias wise, I was bullish. I was just wanting London's low to be taken. But if we're gonna, like I said, reject off of the 4-hour, then there's no reason to be looking for the shorts here. Didn't hold the lower imbalance, which I would have shorted off of. I wouldn't short off this upper one. That's that discretion. That's the context that helps. That new traders don't have. Just watching as my RR is getting diminished.
Almost, I'm liking that. If we get the what is it, 50-minute? Yeah, 50-minute change in state. We'd have some 5-minute gaps, which would be good for internal.
Your dad missed this trade. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, if you extend your your previous day London high. Like my expectation for FOMC is a run higher than a run lower. So, if I expect it to take London's high, which on FOMC seeing a 100-point move, I mean, in theory, well, it might even do it before. But then I want the actual move of FOMC to be down, which makes the most sense economically. And financially too, for the financial sector, right? Like we've got the futures prices have already accounted for pretty much the 25 basis points. So what if it's actually 50, right? Like you get the first move higher, then you get a move lower. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Now we have internal SMT up here. I would expect it to get ran through. It's 5-minute candles closing here in 20 seconds. Gizno, like proposed. No Ginzo.
Last month, my electric bill was $300, so I went out of my way to get blackout curtains and fans.
Wow, that's a retracement. We take back into the 5-minute inversion. That is a beautiful fill price. Beautiful.
3-minute gap there as well.
Yeah, just wanted to. I mean, obviously, yeah. The idea of longs is great. I don't want to limit into trades today.
Yeah, good to be extra cautious because it's pre-FOMC. Typically, pre-FOMC is a little bit choppier.
Part of that caution is because we left London low. That's why I don't want to limit into it. But if you did limit into it, you'd be sitting at a really good risk reward just to London's high. You wouldn't be worried about anything else. We just wait for 10 here. We'll see something. Just mark this imbalance up. We're gonna run. We'll see that get ran through, which is so stupid. But yeah, that's what I just said. We're gonna run higher. We're gonna run through this imbalance. So it's more likely that if we inverse it, then we run. That makes more sense to say. But again, I don't want to be limiting into this trade. Although it gives you good risk, it's just not. Like, I think the downside right there is just it could be too aggressive, just with the FOMC and the underlying market state and leaving these low and lows here too. So if this is our premium array and we do invalidate this up move, then that's a potential short opportunity that then delivers to London low. And it's just like today won't be expanding. Right, because again, we did put this internal SMT in at those highs. As much as I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't think that this SMT's a valid SMT. Seeing the delivery then makes it a valid SMT. So now getting this move, is offering a setup that would deliver to London low. It's a 1-to-1. Honestly, like holding past London's low isn't invalid. There's a imbalance with no wick. Just because we're in the 5-minute gap, I haven't flipped yet. If we inverse it, which is in 2 minutes, that's the short.
We won't run the morning live stream super long. Hey, we'll keep it short and sweet.
Well, as long as we're doing analysis and looking at it, yeah.
Well, I just don't want to be trading till noon.
No, I didn't say
Pre-FOMC,
that.
so
I didn't say that.
like I'd say give it another half hour, 45 minutes maybe. And if nothing's going on, then we'll just end it.
Five-minute closes in a minute. It's gonna have a 5-minute inversion. And we see ES reacting off of the internal high sweep. So it's taken London high. And it's kind of left relative equal highs there though. Let's go with these equal highs. Oh. So we're looking for this 5-minute inversion. I mean, we'll have the 5-minute change in state too.
Yeah. So 10 a.m. will probably just sell off to London's low. Especially with that hourly close too. And then you have that opposing run prior to 10 a.m., which digs up into the 5-minute gaps and the 3-minute gap up in premium, forms the SMT, and then inverses everything to the downside. So 10 a.m. shouldn't get a super deep retracement before taking lens low. It should probably, I'd say, maybe to the 5-minute inversion. Might not even reach that high. Might just sell off. You're in shorts here?
I'm in shorts here. On that, just the 5-minute is closed. The 5-minute close there.
Yeah.
And then I just bought, or I just sold when we kind of went up higher a little bit. Yeah, I'm going for a 2-hour, like just into the 4-hour balance. My belief is that if we're taking London lower, we're going lower, right? We're delivering, and I can frame a short bias on the higher time frame. So I've got partial areas, and I've got break-even areas. I'm not taking anything off at London low. That's not my. I'm not sized for that. That's my. I'm mitigating my risk there. That's
Okay.
that right there.
There's London's low.
My expectation is it's a fully bearish market right here. Now, I'm at break even, right? I've got a good break even fill, which is right up there. I'm gonna go search it. I'm gonna go look at ES for draws on liquidity to then take it off on NQ. Let's see. Right here. Okay, so it just fell short of my partial area by right there. Got pretty close to it. I want it to get knocked back down out of this imbalance, but that's just me wishing. Once it gets this close to your break even, you should accept it. Break even's right there. Okay, taken out at break even. No, not quite. Almost taken out at break even right there. I can't let it run into the 4-hour imbalance and leave it open position as in stop loss. That needs to be a break even for me. For my one partial area, it got it's not right. It's missing a candle here. For my one partial area, it got a 1.7 points. 1.75. Okay, so this is the first jab at something, but jab. I think with taking London's low, it is definitely more of a bearish market. We'll see.
Yeah, in order for me to consider longs, I would need to see relatively soon displacement forming that 5-minute breaker.
Well, I'm just going off of we traded so aggressively off of London high at SMT. Now that we've taken London low, if it were to reverse to London high, there's a potential trade, but it seems like a stretch. I'd look out of this 5-minute gap that we have right here. Goddamn break evens. Like if I knew it was gonna sound like break even, I just told him.
But yeah, based on the close that YM got on the 4-hour above all the buy side, I'm probably not going to entertain the short bias today.
Because of the Dow. I just think the Dow's a joke trying to compare it to ES because it and NQ because it literally moves opposite. Okay, so here's the problem. We're still dumping on ES. NQ got that retracement just to my break even, and it didn't invalidate the trade. It just took the break even. Could you imagine for NQ to run out London high now? Oh gosh, it'd be wicked.
And it's not even 100 points, so it's not like super crazy.
Not just proportionate to the volume we're getting. So I'd to be bullish here, need to see this 5 minute get inversed, and I'd be in the longs to that high above London's high.
You didn't. Yeah. Anything.
Okay. Do another just a little bit of streaming, but the morning session's not giving a really good opportunity. Then gonna avoid it. I took a short and it stopped at break even. Right where his fill prices is my break even. Was where I got break even on.
Okay, YM just traded into the 50-minute gap there. So if we're going to continue higher, I'd want to see YM start to form some bullish structure out of there.
All right, so we just traded through the 5-minute imbalance, and that is the determining thing. Right, if we're gonna go lower, it would be off of that 5-minute gap.
Okay, we put in an SMT at the lows with ES. ES took that internal low.
ES, you're going to ES?
What's that?
You looking at ES?
Yeah. ES took the internal low.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm, 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 mm. 5 minute looks pretty bearish. That is my thing. Hmm. We get a 5 minute change in state right here, or order block formed off of the 5 minute fair value gap. Right there. I don't like the wiki kind of consolidation area where we are, but oh, I'm still missing a candle chart. It just seems like very low volatility right in here. See, my problem with FOMC days is I want to trade the morning. I don't want to trade after FOMC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like trading after FOMC.
Well, I look back in the journal and
I've never won after FOMC.
it always is, well, most of the time it's super choppy pre-FOMC. And there's never really a good trade. And then as soon as FOMC comes, there's actually a decent trade. There was one day that I looked back recently that had one good pre-FOMC trade. And it was like I think it was like a 2-minute inversion off of some sweep just to the internal high. It offered like a 2R and that was about it. And then it consolidated until FOMC. And FOMC was actually bad that day too. It was consolidated. But if we don't get some good volume here in the next like 20 minutes, I'll probably just wait till after FOMC to see if there's anything.
Yep.
Like if in the next 50 minutes we displace inversing this 5 minute and get the change in state, I would still consider looking for something. But if the next like 3 or 4 or 5 minute candles are small like the ones we've been having the past 20 minutes, then I'll probably just walk away.
Those are equal lows on my ES. Okay, well, technically there's SMT here. The only way I'm bullish is if we inverse the 5 minute. Yes, quickly running towards those equal lows. Probably going to be invalidating this SMT here. If we were to take this low, I would want displacement through it. It's too low to reverse, to be a manipulation to reverse. So it looks like it trades through here and then continues and works its way through that 4 hour.
So the first FOMC drops at 2. So we'll probably go live around 2 o'clock then.
It's about noon our time. I've traded this 15-minute bounce. So in that first trade that I took, we never actually closed above my break-even price. Just like slightly unfortunate. It was about that. That's what it was as a trade. That's I hate when that happens, when you take a break even but it doesn't even close above your break even. It's that's like getting stopped out to the tick. We do have this internal manipulation now. But I do have a just more bearish bias now. If you look at NQ hourly, if you look at NQ 15-minute, you can see the 50-minute change in state there. We wick into that order block and then we're delivering now lower. I guess the drop liquidity becomes these lows. Yeah, and I didn't want to hop back into shorts after the break even because it just looked like this consolidation. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Like I said though, I couldn't hold the trade after it being below London low and in the 4 hour without going to break even. Doesn't fit how I trade, so. And I can't make exceptions. Yeah, but the only potential re-entry I saw was that 2-minute close right there. Yeah, the 2-minute close. Right there. But I said why I didn't want to take it. Still have to remember that there is this SMT here. Potentially set up for a good trade here. Looks like a 5-minute trade to me though.
Yeah, I wouldn't take longs until the 5-minute gets confirmation.
Yeah, looks like a 5-minute trade to me. So probably that 5-minute, just big close.
Like the 50-minute, it's in 13 minutes, so maybe not.
It just opened.
Yeah, but we'll see. See if that 15-minute can get that change of state, which would be basically that 5-minute inversion. Once we get that 5-minute inversion paired with that order block.
I'm talking about the change in state on the 5-minute.
Yeah.
The breaker.
That's the order block I was talking about.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the upper
So
one.
you said inversion, so I was,
Yeah, paired with the
that's a high inversion. Okay. The 3-minute got the close. Oh, it didn't get the close.
You talking the inversion or what?
Oh yeah, I thought the 3-minute closed. Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I was talking about the inversion.
Yeah.
I longed off of it because I thought it closed. I'm holding it though. holding it to right there. Just this high. Yeah, I totally thought I got the close. But yeah, entry price is right at that level. And I'd be going to break even once we work through up here. It's a 5-minute close right there. I took a stop loss on that. It's a bit unfortunate how I thought the 3-minute got the close, but I was on the 2-minute time frame. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll end the live stream.
Yeah, I think so. It's getting a little late for me to want to take a trade. Just pre FOMC. I don't want to be I don't want to be trading close to noon.
Okay,
By the time we get the confirmations that I'm
we're gonna end the
looking
live
for.
stream, but I'm just gonna say if we get a nice displacement like up there, there'd probably be a long. But again, caution because FOMC. So, all right. And the live stream will probably come back we will come back for FOMC in the PM. So, peace.